Hello, dear ones. This is Pernilla Lila Rose from Divine Feminine Flow, inviting us all to dive into that flow, which is feminine. That's kind of feminine likes to flow. And join me today where I want to address something that sometimes really kind of makes me want to be feisty about it. And that is that it's this whole money thing that we are all so wrapped up in. It's like money and the matrix madness or something. It's like it is madness how everybody is so focused on money and making money, not realizing that we are trapped. It's a matrix trap. And we can't see it because all of us and everything we do involves money. I heard recently somebody say that, human being, or something like human beings are the only one who have to pay in order to live. And that just really struck me as, yeah, and it makes no sense. I have shared some about the economics and making money in the past, where I've been inviting us all um, to really take a deep look at this, to not just take it for granted. The common thing would be to say, yeah, but there's no way. This is how society is set up. This is what, maybe those who know more than us figured out that this is a system that will work. And that's all fine. But have we ourselves actually really looked at that and see that it's pure madness the way it is run? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with money as an exchange token. That's totally fine. I have no problems with that. It is that we have made ourselves completely dependent on it. Some years ago, I remember I was thinking, my gosh, do I have enough money till the end of my life? Can you relate to that? I think a lot of us think that thought somewhere, maybe somewhere unconsciously, but there is like, I need to make sure I have enough money till I die. Wow. Who made up that story? Who made that a reality that we cannot live on this planet, on this earth, if we don't have enough money? So I'm kind of bringing it up for all of us for inquiry. Let's take a look at this madness and why we are buying into it. I know why, because we don't have a choice, right? You can't do anything without money. So I'm not diminishing the fact that we are all in it. But my friends, it is the matrix. It is all the matrix madness, the trap and the trick of the matrix to keep us imprisoned and stuck in between our ears, believing that this is true and that there is no other way. I don't necessarily have another way to offer you, but I can certainly suggest some things for all of us to consider. I really see that the times that we're in right now is for all of us to come together and find a new way. That could be, just a small group, let's say with your family, your neighbors, your best friends, something come together and bring this subject up for inquiry, for questioning, like, is this really what we want? I think the only ones who want it are the ones who are really, really are so separated, feel so separated from their divine, the source where everything comes from, the source of fulfillment, they're so disconnected from it that they have no idea that there could be another way. So there will be maybe many people who like it this way because they have accumulated a lot more than they would ever need. And they probably feel safe and secure within that realm of money. And they want to keep it that way. But then I think there's all the rest of us. We don't want that anymore. I think you can probably follow me in this, that there's a part of you that said no more. And then the next thing is, but I don't know what else to do. So I keep coming back to it. So let's just maybe start at ground level and just acknowledge what is true for us. What is our relationship and our experience around money? Like in a felt sense, is there fear? Do we hate it? Do we love it? Are we afraid of it? Are we afraid of losing it? All that lives in all of us. Not because there's something wrong with us, because it's the programming of the matrix. It's a trap. It's a trap to keep us trapped, like imprisoned in running on these little treadmills, and just keep going, and just forget about that there might be other ways. So when I was thinking about that recently, then of course some Bible quotes came to me because I'm not a Bible student. I have never been. I want to just admit that or acknowledge that. But because of a teacher whom I never met in person, but whom I was with for many years in spirit and in the teachings and in the lineage, Joel Goldsmith, he had a very, very deep and strong connection to scripture and to the Christ. He was, as far as I could feel, he was deeply overshadowed by the Christ. So a lot of what he shared was things he had read in the Bible, and he took it in. He took these quotes and these paragraphs, he took them inside and meditated on them, and allowing them to reveal what it really meant. So that's why I do have a connection to scripture because of Joel. And a lot of the things that I've heard him say many, many times, all the years that I've been listening to him, right, from started in 1988, I think, they live in me, and they're like little trump cards I can pull out and say, no, this is the truth. That's not true. So one of the things that I remember, of course, is take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, what you shall drink. What is it? Something wherewithal you shall be clothed, or something like that. I may say it completely wrong. If you really know scriptures well, forgive me. But for me, it's just the essence that I want to share. So take no thought for your life. How many people do you know who do not take thought for their lives? I know very few, very, very few. And I don't even know if it's 100%, but they really, really live by the word, to just know that, look at the lilies, they spin not, they toil not. They know the animals, the plants, they do not worry about surviving. They don't worry about money. They don't worry about accumulating more than they need. We know the little squirrels go out and get their acorns and, for the winter. They don't put it away in a bank account for the rest of their life so that they will have enough. So I think it is a sweet metaphor to just look at how the animals, they have not been programmed like we have been, and they live that. They do not take thought for their lives. They just go out and gather. They just get what they need, and if they're hungry, they go out and find it. And that is the natural way. Now, please don't say, Pernilla, we can't do that as human beings. I know that. we are fully in the clasp of the matrix. We don't have much wiggle room, but we do have wiggle room. And that is where we put our attention, where we put our focus, where we start feeling into what we do want. Let's say as it relates here to money. And maybe what we long for is to have, $10 million in bank so we have enough till the day we die. That probably roams around somewhere, and that we have more than enough that we can give others who don't have enough. Those are common thoughts that are roaming around that we engage in at times. But besides that, is that what you want? Do you want to accumulate money to feel safe? Or is it time that we start unhooking from that? Just little by little, just by questioning it, just by feeling into what we want instead. And I have shared with you too that I have a little group where we meet once in a while, and we talk about this to find out, well, what is possible. And yesterday I was with some wonderful women, and this subject came up also. And it turns out that basically all of us are already trying to find ways to do it either by donation or by bartering or just by trusting. What do you think about that word, right? Trusting and surrender. So many of us are already on that trajectory where we're trying to find out how to get out of the matrix, how to get out of that money madness thing where we are spending way too much time on surviving and making money and having enough till the last day of our lives. This is not normal. This is not how life is meant to be. We come down here to an abundant universe. And what the matrix has done is kind of cover something over it, like the veil, right? Or the simulation, a false copy. That's what we're all experiencing in here. So we're not seeing what really is here without that cover. So the more we tune into that, and the way we feel it is because we long for it. That's why this whole thing about longing, my friends, that is huge. It's huge. It really is the true earth, the prime earth, that is making us connect. It's like it's knocking on the door from the inside, letting us know there is something else. Go here. Go here. And that is what I want to invite us all to do more, to go here and learn the way of the true earth. So it's not for us to figure out in matrix mode, like how are we going to do it now? No, it's not going to work. The matrix, this is what the matrix is and does. And there is no real solution to what we long for. So the more we can come together or just on our own to take this question into our being, into our heart, and say, show me what else is possible. And many of us are already feeling it, and that's why we're beginning to try and do it in different ways to see how that works. And as we do it, we open up to more of the solution to come through. Would you like a different way? Would you like to have a different relationship with money and survival and living on this planet? I would think you do if you're listening to my channel, because that's what it's all about. If that's not something that's of interest to you, you probably wouldn't be here. So please feel free to share, make comment below, like, subscribe. Let me know how this enlivens something in you. Are you getting curious to go inside and start receiving the answers to the question of how can we do this differently? Do not try and figure it out here. Go here, feel what might resonate with you, what you might feel inspired by or curious about, or maybe something that you had never thought about before. It's coming from inside. And my invitation to all of us is to keep going here, to invite the new paradigm to come up to our awareness and our consciousness. So then we can start taking some actions. Then we'll just start following it. That's what I have to offer. And if you would like to join me in that, actually, tomorrow I have my monthly online gathering called Feel Your Deepest Longing, Find Your Spiritual Calling. And this is exactly what we are exploring. So you can still jump on for tomorrow, and the link will be in the comments in the description below. And it would be lovely to meet you. And also, if you have time on Wednesday, please join me in a little presentation I'm doing on convergence about the deep core embodiment. There's going to be a lot of speakers on it. The link will also be in the description. And my presentation is Wednesday at, I think it's 1 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, please join me. It would be really nice to meet you more live, or at least where we're more in connection instead of it's just me here and I can't talk to you, we can't communicate. So please join that. And then also next week, I'm offering a webinar, a free webinar called Awakening the Fearless Light Worker Within. And that is, again, it's all about enlivening and awakening and bringing light to this that wants out, this that what we came here for. So please join me in that. And the link will also be in the description. All right, my friends, I'll see you soon. Have a beautiful day.